Hello everyone, my name's Tony, and here we have in front of us is a transmission pan. Now this is off my 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. It's got the 4.7 HO engine mated to a 545 RFE transmission. Biggest problem with these transmissions, one, there's no drain plug. Makes it really hard to change. It's just not really hard, it's very messy. So anyone that's done these before is just really bad. This pan, like many others, especially in the Northeast region that use road salt during the wintertime, will experience heavy rusting, such as this, to a point where you'll actually start leaking transmission fluid, because it'll actually be porous and it'll just start leaking. So I wanted to beat that, and that's actually the reason why I've been looking for a pan for about a year now. So, and this is the stock pan. Now, there is a company that I've been in contact with over the past year or so, PML out of California. They have a website, which is yourcovers.com, which has been looking at making a stock capacity, almost a stock length pan, or close to stock capacity. I do believe that it does hold more fluid. Now, this pan at its lowest point, I'm showing about 4 inches. So it's going to be upside down, so just the way I'm working at this. So other than that, this is your standard stock pan. You notice here in the corner is a magnet. So let's take a look at the prototype pan that they sent us. Now I feel pretty fortunate because this is one of the first 50 that were released. So I'm pretty excited, seeing I've been in contact with them for some time on this. So if many people looked for WJs, 99 and newer, there really hasn't been a whole lot that you can pick from, because the transmission pans that you find all have 2-3 extra quarts, and they're pretty huge when it comes to depth. Now for me that would be a problem, because that's going to push the pan quite a bit lower than my skid plate would be. So not only that, it'd look kind of funny. So definitely wanted to find something that was going to be as close to stock as possible lengthwise. Now keep in mind the benefits of a cast pan is, one, you get a very rigid pan, so there's no flex, helps stiffen up the transmission. The next best thing is you got a drain plug. Makes for really super easy drains, so just like changing oil. Actually, I know some guys that in their other cars have actually, they drain the oil pretty close to when they change their motor oil. Would I do something like that? Probably not, but after a couple of years, why not? You just pop that drain plug and you just let it go. Even a year, it just becomes really easy to do. So it's for me, that was pretty much, it wasn't rocket science. So definitely wanted something like that. And the third benefit is with a cast pan is they generally add fins, cooling fins, which helps keep the transmission temperature down. So you're driving down the road, this dissipates any of the heat that you have. Now, these bosses here, the threaded portion, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually pretty long. I'm going to take a quick stab. That's going to be at least probably close to 3/4 of an inch thickness. So that's definitely very nice. Now these pans, I don't know if you can see that, but these pans are actually made in the United States. So definitely good old American built quality. Always questioned import parts, just because they're cheap in nature to make. So, and I wanted something that I can definitely be proud to have on my vehicle. So definitely nice. And here you actually see, even though it's not drilled and tapped, you can actually use that to put a heater in here. So if you live in an area or a climate where you have really cold temperatures, and if you try and drive off when it's cold, you could get some clutch slippage. If you do that enough, you know, if you step on the gas really hard, then you can wind up with early transmission failure. So that's definitely a nice addition to see on there, that you can actually throw a heater in this pan. So now the other one measured 4 inches. Let's see what this one measures at. This one overall length is just under 5 inches. So the flange here is just about a ½ inch. So definitely nice. So there's definitely going to be new bolts needed. So, and I'm going to say they're probably in this package here. So overall, I'm looking at the pan, pretty impressed. Definitely impressed. Very nice. Looking forward to putting this on. So definitely this will be going on this evening. Let's take a look, see what we have in our packet here. So what you might want to do in the meantime, check out yourcovers.com. The manufacturer is PML, for this very nice pan. And it's actually even cast in here. 11078 is this part number. Now keep in mind, this is a prototype. So here we have the screws. The stock pan had a magnet in it. You will not need any magnets because you actually, the plug they give you here actually does have a magnet already in it. So you're good to go there. So there's going to be nothing needed. Not only that, obviously this is aluminum, so you're not going to be able to put that magnet in there because it's not going to stick to anything. So we're covered there. Now the second thing was silicone. There's no gaskets needed on these. They don't make anything. There's no rubber, no cork. So normally this is going to be silicone. So you clean both mating surfaces very well with either alcohol or gas. You want both surfaces really clean. Just make sure that the RTV sticks. Now in my case, I've got I want to say it's 8.5 quart pan out there, and it's been draining for about 12 hours. And I'm actually at a problem where it's full. It's actually over full. So I know some guys actually mentioned about 7 quarts for oil and filter change. In my case, I'm probably closer to 9. So it just seems like the pans or the transmissions drip forever. So it just seems like it never stops. So I do recommend making sure. I bought 2 gallons. I'm actually going to need some more. So, but I'll stop by the dealership on Tuesday because we're coming up on July 4th, and unfortunately everything's closed. So, but definitely nice pan. So I also recommend for people that just want to use regular silicone. Yeah, I guess I could use silicone. I have regular silicone everywhere as well. But my buddy happens to work at the Dodge dealership, and he had mentioned they actually use a ATF RTV. So never even knew it existed before. And here it states, silicone rubber RTV developed specifically to retain sealing and adhesion properties when exposed to automatic transmission fluid. So stop by your Dodge dealership, pick up a tube, because I hate doing things twice, and you definitely don't want to leak. One thing I forgot to point out is this surface right here, as it's beaming reflective light at me, is precision ground. So this is going to be super flat. You're definitely not going to see any other pans, definitely not a stock pan, even closely remote to as flat as what you're going to get when it's precision ground. So very nice job to the folks at PML, yourcovers.com, for offering such a nice pan. Now again, this pan is going to give you decent ground clearance. If you've looked at some of the R pans from other manufacturers, they extend pretty far down. You're looking at 2-3 quart capacities with pans that are going to hang down pretty low. So don't know if it'll interfere with the cross member going across, but it's definitely going to bring the transmission pan low enough to a point where I don't do any off-roading, but if you were doing serious off-roading, it might be something that you might want to definitely look at and consider. So, and I think the guys at PML here definitely address that by having a pan that is going to retain pretty much as close to stock length as you can possibly find. So thanks a lot, guys. Again, very nice job on this pan. I'll be posting more videos on the install. I'll be posting some pictures as well, so you can actually see side profiles of the installation with ground clearance heights. Just to let people know that I did measure this stock pan. So on the lowest point of this pan, measured on the vehicle, on the ground, actually measures 12 inches. So, and again, this is for my 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. So everyone, thanks for watching, and keep checking back for other videos. So I'm going to basically keep the title the same, and thanks for watching.